Am I dating a narcissist? Well, if you're watching this video, you probably are. Maybe you've only known this person for a few weeks, a few months. Things are starting to get serious. But your gut is telling you, hold on, there's something not quite right about this person. My gut did tell me, stop, don't go ahead. This is dangerous. Did I listen to my gut? No. Did I put myself in the worst possible situation I have ever been? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. But I didn't know at the time what a narcissist was. I thought a narcissist was someone very vain, someone with arrogance, someone that like interrupting, very, very confident. But deep down, these people are just very insecure. It's a coping mechanism that they use to survive. And that coping mechanism is toxic. It does affect people, and it is very dangerous that we live in a society where we are surrounded by toxic people. Narcissism is a disorder. Someone with high narcissistic traits is a toxic person. So there is a difference there. And don't get me wrong, I think we all have some narcissistic traits because we need it for survival. But not all of us use those behaviors to ruin other people's lives. So in this video, I want to document a little bit my journey in this toxic relationship that lasted 4 years and it's pretty much derailed me. It has not broken me, but it did derail me. What makes you question the fact that you might be dating a narcissist or someone with high narcissistic traits? Well, the fact that these relationships start super fast is already a red flag. The 0 to 60 in these relationships is surreal. You'll never find a better performing start of a relationship than one with a narcissist or someone that is very toxic, because they love bomb you. They see the vulnerability and, they throw at you that love bombing like crazy. And you feel super special. You never felt like this before. And you think, oh my God, what is this? I love it. I love how it makes me feel. And in fact, there was a study I read in an article that said that the beginning of a relationship with someone with high narcissistic traits or toxic person is equivalent to taking drugs. The dopamine and the serotonin are all over the place. Honestly, the feel-good hormone is so intense. That's what drives you crazy. You're hooked and you become instantly obsessed with these people because they have been doing this all their lives. They know their game. They are masters at their trade. They're master manipulators. And you unfortunately just happen to be that person that crossed their path. So that's the first sign. These relationships start fast. So be very careful who you encounter on your dating path. Second sign is actually you. The fact that you might be super caring, you might be someone with high empathy, that person that gives people the benefit of the doubt, cannot say no. You always see the best in people. So a narcissist would see that and they would be like, yeah, bingo, she's in it, he's in it. They love someone that cares because they don't care, but they want to be cared for. So if you're seeing someone that is giving you a lot of compliments to start off, they really appreciate how nice and caring and giving you are, that is actually another red flag. And these probably all started in your childhood. You probably had quite emotionally unavailable parents. You were the child that probably had to care for little siblings or, elderly grandparents. You are an empathic person, and that makes you the type of woman or man that a narcissist would want in their lives. In some occasions, narcissists do also date other narcissists, but it never ends up well for them because they both crave the attention. So they lock horns and these relationships are super toxic. It's all based on the way each other look and they both want to win that medal. I met my ex-narcissist on a dating app. They're hiding in these apps. They absolutely love them because they can put a mask on and go on the hand. They prey on vulnerable people that they can shoot their poison. And to be honest, until you become self-aware, you're pretty much dying inside. They don't let you live a full life. They are so full of hate and toxicity that unless something clicks in your head and you start looking for answers, You're just living in a limbo land. These dating apps are full of them. And I would give you a tip, and I don't think I have to because this is pretty obvious, but you see pictures of someone looking very good, they are extremely handsome or very beautiful women. The way they display their behaviors on those pictures will also give you an idea of what kind of person they are. Mine was your typical, good looking gym guy. And what made me fall for it is the fact that he seemed quite normal. But again, you have to understand that they've been doing this for a long time. I was super naive. I never ever used dating apps before. And I just happened to be one of the people that cross in his path. People show you who they are, so you better believe them. Another sign is the fact that they love talking about themselves, their careers, their interests. They might not ask questions about you often, but very many at the beginning, when they're trying to get to know you, when they're trying to get all of the information from you that they might use in the future to hurt you or to use against you. Even in their social media, the only thing you will see is them. You probably will never feature in one of his or her pictures because they don't want to make it obvious that they have a boyfriend or girlfriend. And what is that? Because they keep their options open. That's as simple as that. They don't want to appear as they're in a relationship. And my ex used to say, well, I don't really use social media and I don't want to appear, I just don't want to be joined at the hip. Bullshit. He just wanted to keep his options open. So in everybody else's eyes, he was a single guy. Narcissists, or people with high narcissistic traits, they tend to have an anxious avoidance style. They find it really difficult to connect, if not impossible. And that's because they cannot connect with themselves. So imagine trying to connect with someone else when you cannot connect to yourself, which I find essentially really quite sad. In a way, I feel quite sorry about these people because they will never be able to experience any kind of happiness, any kind of contempt. They will always be sad and depressed. Yes, they will get their fuel. They will get their times where they feel grandiose and great because of the supply, or a few things might be going right in their lives for a temporary basis. But essentially, they are dead inside. They are just entities. Narcissism is a coping mechanism, and it's based in shame, guilt, and the lack of self. As I said, they cannot connect with themselves, so they can never, ever connect with anyone else. Everything is transactional. Everything is replaceable. They have the grass is greener on the other side syndrome. That's why they go from relationship to relationship without giving any value. Yes, they might be giving some more value to some than to other people, but essentially what they need from that person is their blood. They'll suck the blood from your body and then move to the next victim. Another sign is the fact that these people get bored of you super quickly. As I said, starts really fast, but after 2, 3, 4 dates, 2, 3, 4, 5 months, you start to see that they're starting to devalue you. You're not that important to them anymore. They don't text you as often. They might already be online trying to see what else is out there. Or they might have, anyway, all this time that you've been together, remained on that dating app looking for different sources of supply. You will start seeing the shift in their interest in you very quickly, especially when you start questioning the status of that relationship. They will just tell you, well, I said to you that I wasn't looking for anything serious. I was just looking for some fun. But they didn't tell you that at the beginning. Their actions and what they were doing were completely the opposite. So yes, they might have been telling you, I'm not looking for anything serious, but would arrange to meet up with you 3, 4 times in a week so regularly that you think, well, maybe this person just needs to be cared for, and maybe they haven't found anyone that really loved them. I am that person. I was that person that thought that. He told me at the very beginning who he was, but I just didn't want to see it because I was in a place in my head that I didn't want to see the truth. Another sign is the fact that some of these people are very charming. They come across as super nice. People will meet them and they say, actually, he's a really nice guy or she's a really nice girl. You're really lucky to have them. What they don't know is that performance takes a lot out of them. And wearing that mask continuously is such an effort. When they get home and they take that mask out, they take all their shit on you. But to the rest of the world, they are Mr. and Mrs. Nice. They will also come across as really successful. And you think, wow, this person has his or her shit together. Look at them, you know how well they're doing. What they're not telling you is the amount of financial issues that they have. Not only that, their relationship with the family and children is not what it seems. It's not what it seems. There's chaos in their lives. There's always been chaos. But at the beginning, they'll sell you the biggest lie ever told, and you probably will buy that lie thinking that that person is being genuine because they just need someone that cares for them. Narcissists tend to look amazing too. They're quite attractive people because they spend an absolute fortune on themselves. I'm not saying that spending a fortune on yourself is not a good thing, but these people look immaculate. They probably do fillers, they probably do Botox, they probably wear the best clothes, take a lot of supplements. A narcissistic man will go to the gym daily, like my ex, but they wouldn't tell you how they achieve those bodies. Not usually the natural way. And I'm not saying anything here, but they might use substances to make themselves look great. So yes, they are generally attractive. That's something women and men find really enduring. I like taking care of myself, and I like people that takes care of themselves. But when the main focus is only looking good to attract other good looking people because you cannot self-validate, that is a massive sign that you have huge insecurities. Some narcissists tend to be really successful too. They like powerful jobs. You know, they will be CEOs, company directors, pioneer in a field, experts at this or that. But a lot of them don't, and they still pretend that they are the big top dog when they are in fact nothing. My ex-narcissist called himself a pioneer and an expert in a field he'd only been studying for a year and a half. To me, that was absolutely, I couldn't believe it, you know, when he would say this shit, because I thought, is your delusion such that you actually believe this? But they actually do. They really do think that they are better than anyone else. That is the insecurity again. And they live in fantasy land 99.9% of the time. But it's an impossibility, because then they will tell you, or they would say, you are so negative, you always want to put me down. No, I just want you to realize that we live in a reality and you have to be part of it sometimes, because someone is going to have to pay the bills. Someone is going to have to look after these children. They just can't come to, grasp with reality. Fantasy is their domain, and that's where they want to remain. So yeah, some of them are successful, but most are not. Another sign is the fact that they will tell you that their exes were crazy. All of them were crazy. It was never their fault. They cannot take accountability or responsibility for their behaviors. So they will blame it on the exes. Mine did. Mine said to me, all my exes were crazy. And I actually believed him at the time because I didn't have a clue about narcissism. I always thought a narcissist was an arrogant, grandiose person that was very vain. They love themselves, which is actually true. But the traits that a narcissist has, they are way more dark than just that. So be mindful when they're telling you that their exes were crazy. And they probably say as well, I just haven't connected with anyone. No one understands me. I just want to find my soulmate, my significant other. Bullshit. They just want validation, and you're giving them that validation in the fuel tank. Narcissists survive on the fuel that you give them. And not just you, actually. Family, friends, strangers. They potentially have a YouTube channel out there talking about themselves. And I'm just going to give you a quick tip because I think it's funny, but it's also very valid. If you're starting to know someone, or you've been dating someone that has a sports car and is a dangerous driver, you probably are dealing with a narcissist. They don't think that the rules apply to them. They road rage. They are dangerous drivers. They might be going at 60 on a 20 road. I read somewhere the fact that narcissists tend to go for cars that represent their personalities. For mine, it was a red supercar. Not a brand new one because he couldn't afford it, but still a supercar. I would say these are some of the signs that you might see in a highly narcissistic or full-blown narcissist. when you start dating them or been seeing them for a while. And there are many more. I could go into more detail, but we will be here all day. I don't want to make this video very long because it's actually my first video. But since I've been living in this narcissistic relationship, which actually I'm out now, is April 2024. And after 4 years of toxicity, I am actually out. I am in my recovery journey at the moment. And this is the reason why I wanted to make this channel, because I thought my experience is valid. My experience might give an opportunity for other people to see that these predators exist, and we need to expose them. We need to make everyone aware that they exist, because they do ruin lives. I've been really hurt. I'm still trying to see the other side, and it's a process. And I think making these videos and talking to you might bring some more closure into my situation. So saying that, I just wanted to say thank you very much for watching, and see you again very soon with more videos on this fucked up relationship that I just came out of. Until then, thank you very much and take care. Bye.